Hey guys, Carl here for the Stamina Templar update video for the Elsweyr patch. This is the biggest patch of this year and included quite a bit of class balance updates, but sad news is that all of them were shit for us as Stamina Templar players. Stamina Templar currently is really fucking bad compared to the other classes, so yeah, that's pretty nasty. Personally, I will not be using the Stamina Templar class in any content that I do, but you know, that's been the case for a year and a half now, so I'm not really worried about that. But here we go anyway. Let's go over the skill setup first before I go over the parse. I sped the parse up a lot because that new target dummy takes a long time to kill, so you guys probably don't want to watch that, but I can link you a rotation outline video by Liko, so check that out in the description if you want to see the rotation itself in slow motion. It's not very complicated, let's just say that. If you don't fall asleep doing this rotation, then you're a god. But yeah, back bar, we got rid of Ballista. Ballista is not quite as good as this ability. The damage this ability deals on single target or on a dummy is maybe a bit higher than Ballista, and in a fight scenario you have to keep in mind that you get more empower for all the ads that you hit. I'm glad that they changed it from whatever it was last patch. Front bar, the biggest elephant in the room is that we got rid of the power of the light. Now, obviously, this skill itself has been bugged for since the release of the game. Pretty much, I don't even remember a time when it used to work correctly. So, in trial scenarios, this ability just explodes and deals 0 damage. It bugs out, and for some reasons, anyway, so they are not fixing that ability at all. So, I think they just lack the competence. Obviously, they know the issue, or they know about the issue, but they just can't fix it. Also, an indirect nerf for a Stamina Templar is that they made this minor fracture, minor breach portion of this ability last 9 seconds instead of 6. So this really just means that if you have a Templar healer using this ability, it's going to be even easier for them to keep it up 100%. So why use a Stamplar when your damage is horrible and you can't even buff the group in the ways that you used to be able to? Other than that, just fighter skill abilities. We don't use these two, obviously. Well, I guess you can use this if you want to grant your group the minor protection, minor endurance, whatever it is. Let's go over the pass real quick. Damage, 81k, that's very sad, considering that Stam Necro, I think, deals just about 100k damage on that new dummy. So we are 20k behind the best current class. But this damage is really low. As I said, I have a sword and I don't have Bloodthirsty. Also, I messed this rotation up a bit because I didn't practice it all that much yet. So you can probably expect to get 80 something, 83k with my setup if I just got a perfect parse and change the gear for the actual best in slot setup, and you might hit closer to 90k. So it's not as bad as it looks compared to other Stam classes, like I think Stam Sork and Stam Warden are like around 93, something like that. So if you manage to get close to 90k, that's not utterly horrible, but obviously it's not good enough either for any kind of more serious purposes. Rending Slash's uptime is a lot higher with this rotation, so that makes up for some of the damage lost, I guess. Drain, 1400 drain, that's a lot really. And this is even on the trial dummy. We have her scenes and shit like that, so you have to keep that in mind. Just saying it's not that great, but you have this ability which is the best stamina sustain tool in the game, pretty much. So just cast that once and you have infinite sustain for the duration, which is 20 seconds. I was running a Lava Food Soup and Salt Wrist for this parse, but for shorter fights you can probably use Bystat food. If not, then you will just be running the Gold Food or the Dubious Command Throne, just like you have in the past however many patches. At the top here, we see Biting Jabs, 14k DPS. It deals a lot of DPS, but still this ability is just so bad compared to like all the other damage tools that like other classes get. It's just utterly horrible and sad, but what is keeping us from just switching this for another spammable is the Burning Light passive. Now obviously Burning Light is mainly from binding jabs. Empowering Sweep also procs that, but not to that extent, so I'd say around 4k of this DPS is from the binding jab spam. Now, we combine these two and it's already like 18k DPS from binding jabs alone, so you can't really use any other spammable either on Stamplar because yeah, it just doesn't end up being as good as this anyway, so really we just lack the passives and lack the proper spammable currently to compete with the other classes. That's kind of sad, but that's how it is currently, and we can only hope for improvements for this class, like we have for the past 2 years, but yeah. Other than that, not much here. Let me just go over the gear setup that I briefly talked about already. The new set, Locust is really good. You get Major Slayer for, well, solo on this dummy. I only got 64%. You can't always cast it if you're on your back bar, but I probably recommend just swapping over to your front bar and proccing it immediately because Major Slayer is a strong ass buff. But yeah, you can get 100% in a trial situation fairly easily if your supports are on top of what they're doing. Other than that, well, first of all, I have robust jewels instead of bloodthirsty. Like, I only transmuted this Locustes ring because I'm not gonna be using Reliquent all that much this patch, so I didn't really wanna transmute these. I already transmuted 2 useless pieces basically, which are Locustes belt and boots. I transmuted these from God knows what to divines, and I don't want to spend all my transmute gems on useless shit just for this video, so I'm keeping these on robust. But change these to bloodthirsty and immediately you get, you know, 3k more damage on a dummy. And obviously the sword is not good because we lack a lot of crit chance. In this part I've got 62% max crit, and that's just not enough because major force and minor forces are such strong buffs. Also the shadow mongers obviously, so we need higher crit chance. Fucking hell, we need higher crit chance to actually compete with the other classes. And let's just say that Necromancer, for example, in Execute has 100% crit chance pretty much, so yeah, good luck competing with that. And Killer's Blade and Nightblade, obviously. Maybe you should use Beam on Stamplar. Somebody should try that. Just use fucking Beam. That would probably be better than whatever we're doing right now in Execute. Other than that, Nernhound on the main hand, Sharpened on the bow on the offhand, and we're running these damage, health, poisons. And we used to run these in whatever patch it was, or maybe in a couple patches in a row. Then they got nerfed or whatever happened, and we didn't use them for a while. Oh yeah, infused got buffed. Yeah, well yeah. Now we're not running infused anymore, and these actually work properly. So we're running these. They're a lot better than whatever you would run here. Poison and absorb stamina, I guess. You don't have to. You can switch these for poison and absorb stamina if you struggle with sustain or whatever. But this is the best DPS option right now. Other than that, nothing has changed here. The CP, I'll just go over it in the large screen so you guys can see. Nothing there for Stamplar. 48 Master at Arms. This is not a lot, but we spam biting jabs, which is not a direct damage source. It's a dot, so we don't really need points in this. Thaumaturge itself 44. Mighty 64. This is just your basic things here. And piercing 58 points. I think this should be enough for a perfect penetration. I'm not sure. It could be up to 59 or 60, but it doesn't really matter if you're underpinning by, let me see, 43, 48. If you're underpinning by 70 points, it doesn't really matter. So, yeah. As I said, it's a bit of a sad patch again, first time in a Templar, but hopefully some of the people who watch this video, obviously thanks to you guys for watching and still being interested, but I bet you wouldn't be watching this video if you didn't actually intend on playing the Stamina Templar class. So you guys have fun with the class. This still would be one of my favorite classes to play in the game. I don't really enjoy Magicka by any means, and Stam Necro is just horrible. I hate that class currently. So I would be happy playing Stam Blade or Stamplar, but right now I don't get to play either. So yeah, I'm a bit pissed off myself, but everybody who is gonna be playing this class still, have a lot of fun, and thanks a lot guys for watching, and I'll see ya in the next video.